Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Blitzkrieg. Paolo Mori's Blitzkrieg, World War II in 20 minutes. So, have you ever played, I highly doubt it, but Twilight Struggle?
No.
Okay. I've played Twilight Struggle a few times, and it is a extremely heavy 1v1 game. Mm-hmm. That when this came out, everyone was kind of like, oh man, it's like Twilight Struggle, but you don't have to spend 6 hours to play it. And the 1v1 kind of head-to-head game, I mean, Watergate is a similar concept of kind of a tug-of-war aspect between two parties. And I think this game hits that nail on the head. Like, what's weird about this one is it comes off random. And there are elements of randomness. Obviously, you're drawing from a bag. But in all the games that... I mean, we've played this game like 6 times now at some point. In each of those, it was either extremely close. Like, it might come off... I mean, the last game we just played, I was like up by like 10 points and then completely neglected Eastern Europe. And then it's just like, oh, you closed out that entire thing and got, what, 12 points off of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh shit, okay.
Jumped way ahead, and then you were able to make it back up.
Right.
And at the last second, I just got the couple extra points.
Yep. Because the way the game ends, if the Axis player ends the game, if he gets to 25, then the Allied player gets one more turn to try and beat him out.
Which is just an even number of turns, because Axis always starts.
Exactly. So, at first I was, my initial thinking of that was, oh, are my units better? No, we have the exact same number of units. The only variation is if you choose to go tech heavy, then that's going to make it different.
Yeah. Or the luck of the draw.
Yes.
That's the only thing strategically makes a difference at the start.
Right. I don't know. I think this game is extremely well balanced. Yeah. Because if you burn your good units, and we saw that in the last game, I had good units all up front, and if I can't close it out by that point, then it's like, well, I have weak units left. Yeah. I have weak land units left, and it's like, crap, I can only go to certain areas, but I don't want to fight in that.
Right.
But some people might not much care for the exact head-to-head where, oh man, I wish I could draw my 3 tank. It's like, well, but you can. It's in your bag.
Right.
You will get it. Unlike Memoir 44, where your entire deck is shared. If we shared these, it'd be fucking awful. Like Memoir 44, it's like, man, I wish I could control these units, but you're drawing all the cards.
Right.
Nope, it's like, yeah, you'll get your 3 tank eventually. I think this game is extremely well balanced. I know in the multiple games we've played, it hasn't been one player sweeps it.
Yeah. You started to, and then I was able to catch up real
fast. And then it's like,
because in your sweeping, you were neglecting
other areas,
some big points.
And that's kind of the crux of the game. In the run through, it's like, oh man, because I was aiming to wipe out your units. That was my entire strategy.
And because I had fewer options, I could never get to be able to draw more.
Right. Because I think there was an area where I that was my first start. Was I had my blitz, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'll get 2 points there, but it evened out because I'm using 2 units to do that, but I'm taking one of yours away, so now we're at 2 and 2.
Right.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Blitzkrieg?
Simple.
Yeah.
Strategic without getting bogged down in strategy. You've got very limited choices. I was actually feeling, as I was getting reduced down, okay, so now I only have 2 I can choose from.
Yeah.
Okay, now I only have 1 I can choose from, but I can still play it. I can still do something with it. Okay, now I have 0. Okay, now my choices are less.
Now I lost.
I mean, which is a genius move that I didn't see ever before.
Yeah, because we haven't won that way.
And I could have acted earlier, and I should have acted earlier to start buffering that up. Because last time, I thought, well, the first thing I should do is grab up all the spots I can, so that I can have like a bunch of options, and you can't take them all away.
Well, exactly, and the last game, that's where I was hurting, because taking units away, the other player tries to... They can either leave it and go a different strategy, or now they're trying to play catch-up. I don't want to go here, but there's a production, so I need to get more units available. Because at one point, whenever I removed one of yours, you're like, all right, which one of these 5 do I care? And it's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you had 5.
Right.
So it's like I might not have actually even gone to that location because we're removing one of, 5 available units. Who cares?
Okay.
Like,
I got it.
because I can't destroy enough units to then win that way.
Right.
So it's either I take it away to stop you from doing it or to try and level it out. But at that time, I'm going somewhere to level it out. You're going somewhere to gain victory points.
Yeah.
Or gain technologies. And the great thing about these technologies is that they're not, like, broken. They're good.
No. They're very powerful.
Yeah.
But they're also mixed in with all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So the chances of drawing one, and once you get one, we've obviously got a few.
Yeah, that was literally it. You got a 4 plane, you just didn't get anywhere, but you were able to close it out.
And got points for it.
And got points. And then that tech in and of itself is what streamlined my victory, though, because I wasn't trying to close this out. I could have. I actually had 2 planes to end up closing it, but because of the blitz...
I sure wasn't going to touch it.
Right. And it's like, okay, well, I'll blitz it to then drop, bombing to then try and win that way. It's so good. It's so good, and it's so streamlined.
Yeah. It's got enough complexity that you really want to think out and plan out your move, but not so much that you have so many choices that you get overwhelmed.
Right.
I mean, it's real genius as to the niche that it fits in perfectly.
Because it comes down to one of those purity games of you play this game enough, you can probably math out what they have available, at least to a certain extent. I mean, you do get a bunch of tokens.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I actually had the naval bombing airplane. But you can probably, like, okay, yeah, they've used their 2-3 navals, so they don't have those anymore. There's limited spots. I'm sure this can become one of those games where it's like it's me versus you, me trying to read what strategy you're going for, and what potential options you might have.
Maybe I'm having a hard time seeing that. Plus, we do have limited options at any given time.
Well, that's the thing, is that if you're able to figure out, man, they've used a lot of naval spots. Okay, well then I'm going to start taking the ground areas, the better ones that benefit me, and leave them to have to scrounge for what's left.
Yeah. I'll take the dual spots so you can't put in an admiral.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, in the admiral and general are... Did I use my... Oh, I did, up there. No, that was you.
I did. Because it was the only one I had.
That was my other...
that I could have played there.
I'm trying to find my Navy guy.
Is it the one that's flipped over?
Yes. I'm like, where the hell is he? I think those are cool because you can set up extremely well to then just ramp up very quick.
Yeah.
So
I almost took that spot, knowing you were going to get the 2 points, but I was going to get 1 out of it, and I would keep you from advancing further down and getting a bunch more.
Right.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I had limited options, and I went, crap, I need a factory. Oh, crap, I only have Navy, so I can't put it there.
Yeah, that's true. And this might be... People might complain about this, the fact that it might be too random of the tiles, but...
Nah.
Twilight Struggle is the exact same way.
Okay.
Like, you have a deck of cards, and what you... Like, it's brilliant how Twilight Struggle does it, because it's like, this card ability is for me, but if I use it, then there's action points that go towards you.
Right.
So that gives you a bunch of stuff of you manipulating how the board state is, but I get this ability.
Yeah.
But that's also random on how you draw it. But it doesn't frustrate me. This is one of those games, and it comes down to randomness, like how it's portrayed or how it's implemented. I'm given tokens, and I then decide what to do with it. I don't decide what to do and then hope the draw allows me to do it, or hope the roll, because I don't have it in my head of that I should succeed at something.
Yep.
It's, okay, I have 3 ones.
Yep.
Okay, that's not great,
Yep.
but where can I go to counteract his move?
Get better options.
Yep.
Get more options, or get points now.
Yeah.
Or build up to getting a lot of points later.
Yeah. Or set up for another turn. Like the last game we played, it's like I I don't know. I played somewhere. I played over here.
Yeah.
I remember Southeast Asia
Yep.
to move me up there because I was going to play one, and that brought me over to my side to then close out a campaign, which got me the points.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, you only moved that one over one? Okay, he might just want me to not get the bonus points. Nope.
Yeah.
So even from your lowest valued one all the way to your highest, they are valuable in some way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just have to build on a multi-layer strategy, which you can do in a game
Yeah.
this simple, and
Yeah.
this quick. You can still have a multi-layered strategy.
Yeah.
And somebody
feels
can
rewarding.
accidentally screw the whole thing up for you.
Yeah. Well, because actually earlier, it's funny that the way the Southeast Asia panned out because... Was it this one? No, it was the last game because I was going to close it out, but you actually went over there and moved me back down, and it's like, oh, okay, well, now I can't play the... Or I could, but I'm not closing it out, so, well, okay, I'll go somewhere else.
Right.
So just one placement, it's like, okay, well, that kind of derails my entire thing.
Yeah.
Like, you could have easily blitzed here and done the same thing, and then now it makes it extremely difficult to win that way.
Right.
In fact, I think that the nuke, and it's not a nuke, the bombing options, I haven't played this enough, or that's the first time any one of us has won that way.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could only win that way if you're the only one getting them. Probably. Because if you had taken this one, that immediately makes it very difficult for me to win that way.
Right.
And I would have to try and advance this to take that one.
Right.
But that's a lot of prepping that it's like, I have to do the turn order in the right way.
Yeah.
All while keeping victory points in check. Because if I'm trying to set that up to win that way, you could be like, and I win. I got to 25 points. And it's like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's more complexity than you would think of in a filler.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it just plays out very quickly and very simply.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is brilliant. I want to check out their Caesar, because it's a similar concept. I think it's conquer Rome in 20 minutes or something.
Okay.
But they also have an expansion. We haven't played with this expansion. We haven't played with the Nippon expansion, but you want to see what the book.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. It
Whole bunch of theaters.
pretty much, but they're only one.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know exactly how this works. All I know is that one person is now playing as Japan. The other one person is playing as Germany, or it's still Axis and Allies.
Right.
But what does Godzilla do? Naturally enough, to invade German-held America, Japan has enlisted the help of an enormous prehistoric sea monster, Godzilla! Godzilla is a 4-strength unit considered as both an army and a navy. Generals and admirals ignore Godzilla. Yep. And then they have partisans-inspired leadership, so a few new techs. But each theater of operations is composed of a single campaign. The last 3 spaces of each end of the battle tracks are marked with a +1, +2, +3. Moving the battle marker onto any of these spaces will close the campaign and award the winner with a significant advantage on a connected campaign. Oh, interesting.
That's the arrows.
That's the arrows. So, like, if you move up in Washington to the +3, either New York or Atlanta, I guess, lets you move that much.
Looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot more strategic.
Oh, for sure.
Until you played a few times, and then
yeah.
it's second nature.
Yeah, but then, I mean, that's just another... I like when that kind of stuff is included in the box, because if you're really playing this game a lot, and you play the base game, and you're like, all right, well, let's play this entirely new way.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, once again, in the same amount of turns, because these are going to close out super quick.
Yep.
Interesting.
But there's also incentive to spread yourself out and not close them out.
That's true.
And keep it more even.
That's true. Or you're battling for some a little bit more so others
Yeah.
don't rapidly close out. Because
Yeah.
if you close it out, then you're going to get those victory points.
I wonder if this would end up being more luck-based, because the person who draws the higher number tiles is going to have it sounds like they're going to have a big advantage.
Well, not necessarily, because, let's say you go into Salt Lake City with a 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you place your 3, now you're 3 over there. Well, then, what if I close out Atlanta, like, before you? And then, so now, it's a lot. I feel like it's actually still the tug of war, because then I can go up there and move you back.
Right. That's true.
So you're still fighting. I really like tug of war aspects. Watergate is another one I think you would really like. That one is about, obviously, Watergate.
Yeah.
One person plays as the Nixon administration, and the other person plays as the journalist.
Everybody else.
And it has a tug-of-war aspects, very similar. So if you like Watergate, I can't imagine why you wouldn't like Blitzkrieg, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. And if you... I mean, I still own Twilight Struggle. I think it's a phenomenal game, like 9, 10 out of 10. Like, but it's so hard to get to the table because it's a very in-depth game. Yeah. That one is like, oh, I've played it like 4 times and you haven't, I'm gonna win.
Right.
Like... And that's not my necessarily favorite games to play because I like everyone to be on an even playing field, especially with strategy games. And I really think this has it.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, experience isn't going to be that big of a...
Yeah. And if it is...
You tried something new, and it worked.
Right.
I had no idea when I was so far behind, and then all of a sudden I started going, well, if I do that, and I do that, and I do that, and I go, oh!
Yep, and then you
I
start...
can jump win!
Then you start moving, and then I'm like, ah, shit. And I was like, well, he's not going to win right now.
So I hurry up and win faster.
Yeah. This game is so good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm hoping I will check out the newest one, Caesar, and I hope it's a different game with a similar feel. I don't want it to be like, it's this, but now it's Roman themed.
Yeah.
You know? So, any negatives you can think of with the game?
These are a little bit cheap.
Yeah, not the greatest. And actually, in terms of...
They are coated paper. Heavy paper.
Yeah.
But they're not cardboard.
Yeah. I would
hinged metal.
I would have rather had, like these are thicker and you had your own player aid onto the side because they only have the 3 special weapons that are radically different, like nuclear bomb, spy, and scientist.
Yeah.
But then they have the Nippon extras over on the right, and it's like, that probably should have been its own card. Like, I'd like to know what every single tech does. Because, yeah, they're pretty obvious what they do.
Yeah,
but
the icons are all the same.
The pictures are different. Like, the one that looks like the Blitz Forces, that one.
Yes.
Like, it's like, what the hell does that do? Oh, it does the exact same thing as a Blitz unit, but the picture was different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that naval bombing one is like the perfect one for me to get when you're carrying out the effect of the battle space, also carry out a bombing effect, and it's like, well, so it was like...
Enough of that.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I know this game is not expensive. It's not the prettiest looking game in the world, but it's not meant to be.
Yeah, but it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could have done a lot more with art.
Sure.
But it's functional.
Yeah.
Which is not bad for a war-themed game.
And the bags are nice.
Yeah, except they're square. You're gonna
they are
whine about square bags.
No,
because the pieces they're holding are all the same and large enough they're easy to grab.
Right, and you're not mixing in cubes and discs and stuff like that to make it weird. Yeah, other than that, I got nothing else to talk about. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Blitzkrieg?
I can't think of a reason to go below 10.
Yeah, I might agree. Like, it's so good. Mm-hmm. It's so good. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 10 as well. Like, I give Twilight Struggle a 10, and this gives that same kind of feel, and I don't have to train someone how to play it.
Yeah.
And even if you lose, if you get blown out of the water, which I would actually kind of find hard, it takes 20 minutes or less. And that's actually true.
Want to try again? Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Quick setup, and then boom, we're off to the races.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is fantastic. So 10 from me as well. And that's our thoughts on Blitzkrieg. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.